I'm a beef lover. So as my birthday was approaching, I already had in mind what I wanted to do for my husband and I. So I went to Price Mart and I bought some beef steak. Now I paid $112 for this beef steak. Came back home and I told my sister, you know what? I'm going to make some steak in butter and thyme and rosemary. She said, how much you paid for that steak? I said, $112. She said, Mika, that is hard beef. That is not premium steak. Premium steak costs a lot of money. And here I was thinking $112 was plenty money. Nevertheless, I decided to make some broccoli and beef, my next best option. The only thing is we need to get that beef soft, right? So to soften beef, we needed some baking soda. Baking soda tenderizes beef within half an hour, and the cooking process is reduced to only 10 minutes. Now it doesn't only does that, it changes the taste of the beef also. So if you ever bought beef and broccoli by a Chinese restaurant and question the taste of the meat, is because of the baking soda. I remember the first time I ordered broccoli and beef at a Chinese restaurant. When I tasted that thing, I had all kind of questions as to what I was eating, and you know, it's the first thought does run through our mind. But when I learned the process of preparing it, I understood why the beef tasted the way it did. So now it's time for us to cut up our onions, our garlic, ginger, and all the stuff that makes Chinese food Chinese. You know, you're not cooking Chinese unless you have chive, a lot of ginger, and a lot of garlic. So we prepped all those things and we set it aside. Now the half an hour has elapsed, so our beef is ready to be cooked. So into a pot I place some oil, which is optional because remember beef produces a lot of oil on its own. And we're gonna fry this for just about 10 minutes. This is gonna produce so much oil that if you wish to reuse this oil, you can do so. Now in a separate pot, we're going to put up a pot of water to boil, and when the water is boiling, we are going to place in our carrots and broccoli, and we're going to allow that to boil for 5 minutes. During that 5 minutes period, we're going to set up our ice and water bath. So when the 5 minutes has passed, we're going to place our vegetables into that. It's going to stop the cooking process, and it helps the broccoli to retain that bright color. Now in a separate bowl, we're going to add some sugar, honey, in my case some white pepper, soy sauce, rice cooking vinegar, some water, and some cornstarch. You can also choose to add salt at this time, but I'm going to add the salt later. In a separate pan, we're going to place a little bit of oil. We're going to place in our garlic and our ginger. We're going to saute it a bit before adding in the onions. And finally, for the aromatics, we're going to add in our chive or green onion. Now it's time to place in that mixture that we made. Naturally, as it hits the heat, it's going to thicken, and that's exactly what we want. The starch inside there would cause it to be thick. Now, normally we'll put in the meat, but I don't know what I was thinking. I threw in the broccoli first, and then I place in the meat. But remember, if you're making it, you're going to do it the other way around. We're going to stir that up, and if you find that it doesn't have enough liquid like me, you're going to add some more liquid using cornstarch, salt, and water. And that's it for our broccoli and beef Chinese style. Hope you enjoyed my video. God bless you. Love you.